Today I'm going to show off something I never thought would happen. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Today, well, it's a sort of celebration. It has officially been 5 years since I did my first YouTube show on dive watches, and crikey, haven't I come a long way? Ish. Not only that, the channel hit 300,000 subscribers a couple of weeks ago, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and a target I never thought I would ever get anywhere near. But it seems as though you lot out there like a dude that talks about all sorts of watches in a light-hearted sort of way, with maybe not all his faculties present all the time. You guys out there are still the reason why I do these shows. And I love it when I introduce new watches you guys might not have heard of and then pull the trigger on. And at times, yes, I have felt a little bit guilty. Me being what is classed as an influencer. I might have made you buy something you didn't know about and never intended of buying. But over the last 5 years, I hope I've given you that entertainment you have needed to get you through your working day while still enjoying this weird and crazy and no one understands watch hobby. And trust me, for all those that do like the content still, I'm not going anywhere. For those of you that don't like the content and the ones that I've blocked, I'm not going anywhere. Bring on the next 5 years and let's see if we can make the Mad Watch Collector channel a household name in every single country of the world. You got to have a goal, haven't you? Grails are the sort of watches you always hope you'd one day own, but you never really thought you would, or you will. They're a pie-in-the-sky watch. A wishful thinking, money is no object watch. Sure, it could be attainable, but only if you got a second and third job. Well, amazingly for me, the dreams come true. And I don't mean having a second or third job. And it's a huge thanks to today's sponsor, who are BQ Watches. They are the #1 place to go if you're either buying or selling a luxury watch. With the highest ratings on Trustpilot, a 14-day money-back guarantee, and a 2-year warranty, BQ have built a fantastic reputation over the years. Whether it's under £5,000 or over £105,000, BQ can sort you out. And after this show, why don't you check out the website? I'm looking for another 2 watches to show off soon, and if there is a watch on there you like the look of, tell me in the comments below and I'll get it sent over. Right, for those of you that have been with me a while will know that I'm a big fan of 5-digit Rolex eyes. I am currently an owner of a 14270 36mm Explorer from 1999. That watch is absolutely perfect for me, but the watch I've always wanted to own was a Rolex Submariner. Not just any Submariner, because I just can't bear to wear the new models. From 2010, Rolex went maxi. The lugs, the case went fatter. The indices went fatter. The handset was bigger. Everything was bigger. Basically, really just to pop off your wrist and make it easier to show off to someone walking down the street, while being very careful these days. Anyway, I reviewed what I thought was my holy grail, the 5513. This is the watch that Roger Moore wears in James Bond. This is a proper collector's watch. And after handling it, I realized I just wouldn't be able to wear it. I wouldn't be able to afford it, mind you, but it's so delicate. The glass is acrylic and the whole case just feels fragile. So my Grail changed on that day. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my new 14060, the watch that bridges the gap between vintage and modern Rolex. And listen, BQ gave me an offer I just could not refuse. And I thought, as the channel has had some big milestones, I'm trying to come up with justification. Now, this watch was actually made in 2000, so we are talking a 25-year-old watch. And if I'm being totally honest, it's pretty perfect, isn't it? No wonder it's a watch that is homaged and cloned and copied. They really did break the mold with this one. I can't believe I'm an owner of it. This watch is 40mm in diameter, but the case case is actually 39. It's the bezel that takes it up to 40. 12 millimeters thick, and the 14060 superseded the 5513. And let me tell you, it did it with a bang, because now the Submariner had sapphire glass. The dial was not just printed, we had white gold indices. This was not to look flash. White gold just doesn't deteriorate. It doesn't fade, it doesn't go moldy, it just goes on and on. The bezel, even though it still has an aluminium insert, which I absolutely love, those older 5513s didn't have a ratcheting bezel. 120 clicks, unidirectional. It doesn't blow your mind, and it definitely doesn't beat the Tudor Black Bay 58, but it's definitely still lovely. We now had a trip lock crown at 3 o'clock, and with the screw down case back, this watch was now a 300-meter diver. It had an even bigger change inside, because powering this beauty now was the caliber 3000. And we now had a sweep of 4 hertz, so 28,800 beats per hour. And this was a huge deal for the Submariner. Take the bracelet off this watch, and it still competes with a lot of watches that are coming out today. Where the watch does show its age is in the bracelet. We do have hollow end links and a stamped clasp, and no on-the-fly extension like you do on your glide locks on your modern Submariners. However, I absolutely love the bracelet. It's pretty much identical to my Explorers. It just gives that watch a little bit more of a vintage feel to it without being too fragile. As the actual head of the watch isn't very thick or very heavy, the bracelet does suit it. Now, what I love a lot with these references is the dial, just how uncluttered it is. There is a lot of text on a modern day Submariner. Indices are perfectly sized, handset are perfectly sized, the space is balanced beautifully, the reholt doesn't have Rolex etched around it. The only where this watch shows is on the bezel insert. There's a couple of noticeable scratches. This has been around for 25 years. And what you get with 25 years is a black insert, slightly turning bluish. Can only be seen in some lights, but as the years go on, that's going to get bluer and bluer. And I guess if I'm really upset with those scratches further down the line, I'm sure I'll be able to source another aluminium insert. But having these little blemishes on it, well, it makes it my own. Hello. On my 6.5-inch wrist, and well, people, it's pretty perfect, isn't it? I mean, we all like to have a go at Rolex, and I'm one of them as well. I don't like what Rolex means to the majority of people on the planet in 2025. To most people outside the watch world, and in, to be honest, it's a status symbol. But these 5-digit references just show how modernized Rolex were for so long until other watch companies came up with them. I know that this Rolex was not made by robots. Your new Rolexes, well, yeah, they are. I honestly can't believe that I have this thing. I honestly can't, team. And I guess it has made me question every other watch in my collection. Now I've got the watch that I've been dreaming about for so long. Do I need 2 Black Bay 58s? Do I need a Doxa sub? You can see from one of my first automatic watch purchases in the Seiko SKX013, I was always after that Rolex Submariner look. This was the best affordable alternative to a Rolex Submariner in this SKX. This hobby is quite emotionally driven and emotionally collected. My granddad always used to wear an Explorer. Wearing my 14270 does remind me of him. Having a 14060 on my wrist, well, I honestly do feel like James Bond. A curly-haired one. Yes, it's not the 5513, but it's the watch I wanted the 5513 to be. It's a watch I'm hopefully going to keep for a long time. It may be a watch I've really struggled to take off my wrist and made me think, what is my next Grail? Because Grails are supposed to be watches that you're just not going to get. Maybe I've got to think bigger and pricier. But it has proved to me time and time again, if you really want something, there's a pathway to get it. So here it is, my wife's first impressions of my new Grail watch, Submariner 14060. Ho, ho, ho. It's another boring Rolex. It looks old, there's scratches on it, and the bracelet looks cheap. Is it real? She doesn't know, does she? She has no idea the price of things, you know what I mean? That's because I haven't told her yet. Thank you so much for watching till the end of every show I do. It does get noticed, guys. You lot have kept me going over the years, because if I only had my wife to talk about watches, I'd probably be collecting spoons now. I don't know. Click there if you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, go on, click this one. This'll blow your mind. Blow your mind. Go on, click it. Come on. 5 years in. Come on, show some love. Go on, click it. Click it.